At guard, number 12, junior Clayton Engelwright. At center, number 25, junior Evan Abraham. And at forward, number 34, sophomore Benjamin Rodenthal. Ramblers are coached by Mr. Bruce Koopman. And now let's start lineup for your Kingsley Stags. At center, number 0, sophomore Chase Fox. At forward, number 1, sophomore
the king has arrived.
Middleton. At forward, number 20, junior Grant Owen. At guard, number 24, junior Skylar Workman. And at guard, number 4, senior Connor Johnson. The Stags are coached by Mr. Jason Stewart. Tonight's officials, Mr. Al Hepman, Mr. Mark Lemon, and Mr. Ed McCarty.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the McBain Ramblers versus the Kingsley Stags. This is set to be a great game. The McBain Ramblers are coming in with a pretty strong team this year. It's about 10-7, and they've just got a lot of really good guys. Ben Rodenbaugh, one of their best players, starting point guard. He's pretty good. And the Kingsley Stags, they're doing pretty good as well. And now let's start the game. Cal McGillis gets the rebound off the ball, passes it to Ben Rodenbaugh. Ben dribbles, guarded by number 20. Passes it to and Kuchi passes to Braylon Pace, hands it to, and it is good for 2. McBain scores first.
Basket by Clayton Engelwright.
Number 4, Connor Johnson with the ball. Passes to number 20, Grant. Passes to number 1, Zach Middleton. Zach Middleton shoots, and he's unable to get it. Cal McGillis with the rebound. Passes it to Ben Rodenbaugh. Ben dribbles, defended by number 24. Passes it to Braylon Pace. Braylon Pace guarded by number 4, Connor Johnson. Passes to Cal McGillis. Passes it to Evan Haverkamp. Evan Haverkamp jumps up, and he gets his own rebound. And he gets pushed out of bounds, and that will be Kingsley Stags' ball. Number 4, Connor Johnson at point. Motion guarded by Braylon Pace. Passes to number 20, Grant Kalupski, and he is able to get the basket, scoring 2. Ben Rodenbaugh with the ball, gives it to Braylon Pace. Cal McGillis passes to Evan Haverkamp. Evan Haverkamp, Clayton Engelwright. Clayton Engelwright is able to score 2 points. Connor Johnson at point. Dribbles down the court, guarded by Braylon Pace. Passes to number 20, Grant. Grant shoots it, but it is an incomplete. I'm sorry, my football instincts are kicking in, but it's no good. It's not able to get. And the Kingsley Stags are 4-11 right now, and they're coming off of a win against Leland, and hopefully they can get 2 in a row to boost their win record. And the ball's passed to number 0, Chase Bolt, but he's unable to get it. Clayton Engelwright rushes down the court, and he's unable to get it. Cal McGillis rebounds, hands it to Ben Rodenbaugh. Ben Rodenbaugh dribbles around, guarded by number 24, Skylar. Gives it to Braylon Pace. Braylon Pace passes it to Cal McGillis, back to Ben Rodenbaugh. And it is stolen by number 24, Skylar. Skylar dribbles the ball around, guarded by Clayton Engelwright. Just move passes to number 4, Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson dribbles down the court, and he goes for the basket. He shoots, and it is no good. Rebounded by Evan Haverkamp. Evan Haverkamp gives it to Ben Rodenbaugh. Ben Rodenbaugh dribbles down the court, and there's a screen by Evan Haverkamp. Ben Rodenball is guarded by number 24, Skyler. Passes to Braylon Pace. Braylon Pace is guarded by number 4, Connor Johnson. Calvin Gillis with the ball, passes to Ben Rodenball. Passes to Braylon Pace, but it's deflected by number 20, Grant Kolipski. Sorry if I tanked your name. Ben Rodenball to pass the ball in. Passes to Clayton Engelwright. Clayton Engelwright to Calvin McGillis. Back to Clayton Engelwright. Back to McGillis. To Rodenball. Rodenball calling a play. Passes to Pace. Pace dribbles around. Pace passes it to, intended for Ben Rodenball, but then number 24, Skyler Wilkins is able to get the ball and scores off the point. Just a great play by Skyler. He's able to get the steal and score 2 points. Just a great play by Skyler. Ben Rodenball passes to Clayton Engelwright. Engelwright to McGillis. McGillis to Rodenball. McGillis to Haverkamp. Haverkamp dribbles around, goes up for the point, and it is good for 2. Number four, Connor Johnson at point. Passes it to number 0, Chase Bolt. Chase Bolt passes back to, attempted for number 4, Connor Johnson, but is unable to get it. This will be McBain's ball. Engelwright passing it in to Ben. Rodenball dribbles and he tries doing a move. He does another move. Passes it to McGillis, excuse me. Passes to Rodenball, but back to Pace. Pace shoots. Splash. That is 3 for McBain. Number 4, Connor Johnson at point. Gets a screen. Pass intended for number 0, Chase Bolt, but intercepted by Calvin McGillis. Braylon Pace catches the deep pass, but then it bounces off the foot of Evan Haverkamp, and that will be an incomplete, again, I'm sorry for the football instincts. That will be Kingsley's ball. Number 4, Connor Johnson at point. Passes to number 24, Skyler. Skyler passes at number 20, Grant. Braylon Pace does a no-look pass, but is given to the wrong team. Passes to number 20, Grant, and then there was, sorry for the confusion, there's a little bit of there's a lot going on at the time, so it was hard for me to catch it all. Passing it in, number 4, Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson passes it to number 20, Grant. Number 1, Zach Middleton at point. It passes it to number 0, Chase Bolt. Chase Bolt's unable to get it. Rebounded by Evan Haverkamp. Passes it to Ben Rodenball. Ben Rodenball dribbles. Ben Rodenball does some moves like he always does. Passes it to Cal McGillis. Cal McGillis dribbles the ball around. Cal McGillis passes it to Clayton Engelwright. Engelwright to Ben, to Rodenball. And it is still, again, number 24, Skyler, is able just to tip the ball out of Rodenball's hand. He's been just, the number 20, Skyler Worksman, has just been doing a great job of just tipping the ball out of the guys' hands without a foul. He's doing great. The ball passed into Skyler Workman, give it back to Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson dribbles. Passes it to number 20, Grant Kolipski. Back to Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson jumps and shoots and is unable. Evan Haverkamp with the rebound. Ben Rodenball dribbling down the court. Passes it to Clayton Engelwright. And it is blocked by number 1, Zach Middleton. Zach Middleton bringing down the court. Zach Middleton doing some moves. Open is stolen by Ben Rodenball. Ben Rodenball is able to score 2 off of it. A great job by Ben Rodenball to just steal the ball off of little dribbles and just get down the court. But here's some reports on both teams and how they're doing so far in their conference. So far, Kingsley Stags are 4-11, and they're on a 1-win streak. In their conference, they're standing in their conference is they are 6th, just behind Okima and ahead of Leland. Now McBain this season has been doing is McBain this season is 11-4 in theirs, and with a 6-game win streak, very, very long win streak. Hopefully, this is Beale City with 11-3. But this team is very, very good. The McBain team is. They are just has a lot of. Ben Ronenball is a sophomore and starting point guard on Varsity. That is a title that not much people can have. But both teams are very good, and they're hoping to win this game. McBain's hoping to continue their winning streak, and Kingsley's hoping to start their win streak. Number 24 intended pass to 32. Ben Ronenball dribbling down the court. Passes it to Pace. Pace is defended by number four, Connor Johnson. Pace to Ronenball. Ronenball back to Pace. Pace dribbles, and then he does a shovel pass to Clayton Engelwright. Engelwright tries to do a shovel shot. Well, that's what I'm calling it. And it is no good, but Connor Johnson to dribble down the court. Connor Johnson passes it to number 24, Skylar Worksman. Skylar Worksman to number 32, Parker Pace. Parker Pace shoots the ball and it is no good. Rebounded by Ben Ronenball. Ronenball dribbles on the court, doing some moves, being fast like he is. Passes it to Engelwright, back to Ronenball. And Ronenball fumbles the ball a little bit, but Ronenball passes it to Haverkamp. Passes it to McGillis. McGillis is unable to shoot the point because it is blocked, but then Haverkamp comes in and is unable to get the point. Now Haverkamp will shoot 2 free throws. His first one is no good, hits the front of the rim. His second shot is good. Right now the score with basically 1 minute to go is 4-12. Connor Johnson to dribble. No, wait, no, that's not Connor Johnson. That's Ty Morgan. Ty Morgan dribble the ball. Passes it to number 24, Skylar Worksman. Skylar Worksman shoots and is no good. Hits the front of the rim. And I think that was rebounded by Chase Bolt. Chase Bolt attempts to put it up, but then it is no good and is hit out of bounds, and that will be McBain ball. McGillis passing to Ronenball. Ronenball taking his time dribbling down the court. Ronenball hurries up and he passes it to Clayton Engelwright from a long distance. Engelwright dribbles the ball to McGillis to Ronenball. Ronenball pump fakes, gives it to Haverkamp. Haverkamp does a little bit of a spin move, and then that is good. 2 points for McBain. Number 11, Ty Morgan, dribble the ball down the court. Gives the ball to Skylar Worksman. Worksman to Bot. And Bot that will be good on Bot. But I think Bot will shoot 2 free throws, potentially adding to his the 2 points he scored. Bot's first one. His free throw is good. Hits the back of the rim. Bot's able to get the rebound. Passes number 23, Gavin Deere. Number 11, number 1, Zach Manson. It passes in. Rebounded by Clayton Engelwright. Engelwright to Ronenball. Ronenball dribbles on the court. Passes to Pace. Pace shoots it, and that is no good. He hits the far left side of the rim, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Your score: Kingsley Stags 6, McBain Ramblers 14. We are back for the second quarter. Pass it to Ty Morgan. Morgan guarded by Engelwright. Engelwright doing a great defense against Morgan. Morgan gets a 5-second rule. That's just great defense by Engelwright, preventing them, and great defense by the McBain because they just prevented them from moving and all that stuff. They're unable to get a pass. So then the 5-second rule came in. Running ball with the ball. Running ball dribbles it around. Pass it to Engelwright. Pass it back to run ball. Pass it to Cucci. Forgot to say he came in. Running ball, dribbles down the court and passes it to Engelwright. Engelwright falls on his thing, and they'll call that a foul on number 1, Zach Middleton. Engelwright to pass it in.
Checking in for Kingsley, number 4, Connor Johnson.
Engelwright passes to Cucci. Cucci to running ball. Running ball dribbles. He shoots, and it is good. A great shot by running ball. He just did a easy, just toss up. Number 4, Connor Johnson at point guard again. Connor Johnson with the ball again. Connor Johnson dribbles down the court, and then he does a little trick pass to number 23, Gavin Deere. Gavin Deere to number 12, Jameson Stewart. Passes to number 4, Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson shoots, and it does like a little dribble around like the hoop, but then it eventually just goes in. Running ball to dribble. Running ball passes to Engelwright. Running ball, back to running ball. Running ball passes to Engelwright again, back to running ball. Passes to Cucci. Cucci to Engelwright. Engelwright dribbles around, back to Rodenball. A far pass to McGillis. McGillis dribbles, passes to Cucci. Cucci shoots it well under, and it hits the front of the rim, and Evan tries running for it, and Evan is able to get the ball and passes it to Engelwright. Engelwright to Cucci, and Cucci to Rodenball. Rodenball back to Cucci, back to Rodenball. To Engelwright. Engelwright shoots, and it hits the side, and is able to bounce it. It hits the left side of the rim, bounces up, hits the back, hits like exactly the square of the backboard, and then is able to bounce in. Connor Johnson to dribble. Connor Johnson dribbles, guarded by Rodenball, and a little bit of miscommunication. Pass was intended to Ty Morgan, but he moved in as Connor Johnson was passing it. So there, Aiden Cucci in for Clayton Engelwright. Cucci to Rodenball. Rodenball dribbles down the court. Cucci guarded by 2 defenders. Passes it to Cucci. Passes it back to Cucci. Passes it to Rodenball. Rodenball to Cucci. And Aiden Cucci's able to shoot the ball, and it gets 2 points off an impressive play off the glass. Connor Johnson with the ball, and there is a foul. There's a foul of pushing on 34, Benjamin Rodenball. Number 12, Jameson Stewart subs out for number 24, Skylar Worksman. Timeout on Kingsley. And we are back. Number 24, Skylar Worksman passes to Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson dribbles down the court, and Cucci able to deflect it and double team it. Evan Haberkamp with the interception. Evan goes down the court and he goes up and he is unable to get the ball. That was just a good drive by Evan Haverkamp, but he tried doing like a little jump shot, tried to hit like the corner of the glass, but he's unable to get it. So now he will shoot 2 free throws. First one is good.
Checking in for Kingsley, number 1, Zach Middleton. For the Ramblers, 22, Judah Leonard.
Number 1, Zach Middleton subs in for number 24, Skylar Worksman, I believe. And it's Haverkamp's second shot is good. Calvin McGillis, Judah Leonard is subbed in for Calvin McGillis. Connor Johnson guarded by Ethan Cucci. Gives it off to Skylar Worksman. Skylar Worksman passes it right to Judah Leonard. Judah Leonard to Rodenbaugh to Cucci. Cucci shoots, and it hits the inner left side of the rim and is no good. Connor Johnson dribbling down the court, guarded by Cucci. Connor Johnson. Nope, that's Connor. Nope, my bad. Ty Morgan. Ty Morgan tried to shoot it, no good. Rebounded by number 0, Chase Bolton, shoots it and is no good. Rebounded by Evan Haverkamp. Ben Rodenbaugh dribbling down the court, gives it to Cucci. Cucci to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh to Cucci. Cucci to Rodenbaugh. Back to Cucci. Cucci 2. To Cucci 1. Cucci 2. You know what? Actually, how about this? I'll say Nathan. I'll just say their names: Nathan Cucci and Aiden Cucci. I'll do that now. Connor Johnson guarded by Nathan Cucci. Pass it to number 11, Ty Morgan, guarded by Aiden Cucci. And there is a foul on... There is a foul on the play, and Ty Morgan will pass the ball. Passes the ball to, number 0, Chase Bolton gets stuffed by Evan Haverkamp. Judah Leonard trips and falls. Ben Rodenbaugh dribbles in, and it's doing a little bit of his magician work. Pass it to Aiden Cucci, back to Rodenbaugh. Passes it back to Aiden Cucci. Aiden Cucci back to Rodenbaugh. Nathan Cucci passes it to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh tries doing a little shovel pass to Evan Haverkamp. Evan Haverkamp is unable to get it, and then is out of bounds, and it will be McBain's ball to pass it in. Haverkamp pass it in to Rodenbaugh, to Aiden Cucci, back to Rodenbaugh. Gives it to Judah Leonard. Judah Leonard passes it to Nathan Cucci. Nathan Cucci attempts it to Judah Leonard, but intercepted by number 24, Skylar Workman. Skylar Workman tries doing some moves on Ben Rodenbaugh. Passes it to number 11, Ty Morgan, and is unable. Nathan Cucci gets the ball. Passes it to Ben Rodenbaugh. Passes it to Aiden Cucci. Aiden Cucci back to Rodenbaugh. Passes it to Evan Haverkamp. Evan Haverkamp back to Rodenbaugh. Rodenbaugh shoots, and it hits the front of the rim and is rebounded by number 11, Ty Morgan. And Ben Rodenbaugh is able to get the pass back. And number 20 Grant goes in for number 11, Ty Morgan. Number 24, Skylar Worksman to pass it into Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson tries doing some dribbling moves and passes it to number 1, Zach Middleton. Zach Middleton attempts to do a little sneak pass to, I believe, Connor Johnson, but is unable. But there will be a foul on the play. And Zach Middleton, nope, is not a free throw. It is just a pass in, or whatever they call it. They pass it to number 2, Chase Bolton. Number 1, Zach Middleton and then, okay, this is going too fast. Okay, number 20, Grant passes number 1, Zach Middleton goes up, he shoots, and it is almost in. It hits the square perfectly, but just it rolls off. Ben Rodenbaugh guarded by number 24, Skylar Workman. Nathan Cucci to Aiden Cucci to Ronan Ball. Back to Aiden Cucci. Aiden Cucci shoots, and it hits the front of the right side of the front of the rim. Zach Middleton with the ball. Zach Middleton does a little shovel pass to number 0, Chase Bott. Chase Bott gets his rebound and is unable to get it, and is rebounded by Evan Haverkamp. Ben Ronenball down the court, pass to Nathan Cucci. Nathan Cucci shoots, and it hits the right side of the rim, and Evan Haverkamp runs to grab the ball, passes to Ronenball to Nathan Cucci. Nathan Cucci passes it to Evan Haverkamp. Evan Haverkamp it doesn't even hit the board, but number 1 Zach Middleton guarded by Juna Leonard. And he tries number 1 Zach Middleton, and I believe at that point number 20 Grant Kolupski is able to get the rebound and score the point. 55 seconds left. Ronenball passes it to Haverkamp. Haverkamp to Cucci. Cucci to Ronenball, and then Ronenball to Juna Leonard. Sorry about Juna passes it to Aiden. To Ronenball. To Haverkamp. Haverkamp shoots, and it hits, I think, the inner left side of the rim, and then bounces out with the ball. Number 4, Connor Johnson does an amazing pass to number 0, Chase Bott. Chase Bott does a little bit of a spin move, and then he's able to get the point. Ben Ronenball passes to Juna Leonard. And I think Aiden Cucci, Nathan Cucci, and Juna Leonard are out for Clayton Ingleray, Calvin McGillis, and Braylon Pace. Ben Ronenball passes it in. Passes it to Evan Haverkamp. It goes flown up. Evan Haverkamp gets his rebound. Passes it to Ben Ronenball. Ben Ronenball does a little bit of move, but he is able to, it hits the square, but I don't think, nope, I think it does count. And now the McBain will pass it in again. They run green, but then there is a shoving on Clayton Ingleray by number 20. So they will, number 10, Carson Root, in for number 20, Grant Kolupski. Gives it, Ben passes it to Clayton Ingleray. Rebounded by number 10, Carson Root. Carson Root dribbles the ball, and Connor Johnson shoots the ball, and it is, I think it hits the left center of the rim. And this is it for the first half. We'll see you in the second half. Johnson dribbles down, guarded by Pace. Johnson does a fake pass, but they call for a travel. It'll be McBain's ball. Pace dribbles it in. Ronenbaugh dribbles down the court. Ronenbaugh passes it to Pace. Pace back to Ronenbaugh. Ronenbaugh dribbles down the court, and he gets double teamed, and then he loses the ball, but is able to regain it somehow, and then there will be a foul on the play for holding off. Nope, that's my bad. My bad. It's not holding offense. I think that was encroachment, or like I don't know what they said. But Pace passes it to Ronenbaugh, gives it to Haverkamp. Haverkamp fumbles the dribble, but then I think he is blocked, and then Haverkamp will shoot 2 times. Haverkamp's first shot. It is no good. It hits the front inner sides of the rim, but then it dribbles out. Number 10, Carson Root, in for number 20, Grant. Haverkamp's second shot, it is good. Number 10, Carson Root passes it into Connor Johnson. And then Connor Johnson reluctantly gives it to Zach Middleton. Zach Middleton dribbles down the court, and there is a foul on Evan Haverkamp. And Kingsley will pass the ball in. Connor Johnson to pass the ball in, and he passes it to number 1, Zach Middleton. Zach Middleton to pass it to Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson attempts to shoot it, but gives it back to Middleton. Sorry for stuttering. Middleton dribbles in, and he does a little bit of a trick pass intended for number 10, Carson Root. But then Engelwright will get a pass from Ronenbaugh, oh my God. Okay. All right. I'll just break down. McGillis passes in, picked up by number 24, and then he misses a wide open layup. And then now McBain has the ball back, and then Engelwright is able to shoot the 3, and then it is good. That's quick explanation. Connor Johnson with the ball up top, passes it to Skylar Worksman. Skylar Worksman, I think. But then number 23, Gavin Deere, in for number 10, Carson Root, I believe. And we are back with basketball action. Ronenbaugh dribbles down and does a little bit of a pass to McGillis. McGillis straps the shoulder, but then a quick pass to Haverkamp. And Haverkamp, McGillis somehow gets through that madness and is able to get the rebound and put up the point. Connor Johnson up top, that point, guarded by Braylon Pace. And Braylon Pace passes it to number 24. Skylar Worksman back to Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson shoots, and it is no good. It hits the front left side of the rim. Ben Ronenbaugh dribbles in, but then he does the shoulder. Then he attempts to. All right. This is your fault. I got yelled at. You put that back. The rolling ball. Pass it to Ertz. Pass it to Haverkamp. Haverkamp is unable to get it. Rebounded by Zach Middleton. Connor Johnson dribbling guard by Braylon Pace. And then he does a little bit of a fadeaway throw pass. And rolling ball using his quarterback skills, but is intercepted by number 24, Skylar Worksman. And number one, Zach Middleton, is on top of the ball, dribbles down past the number 24, Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson passes it to number 0, but he chased Bot, but it looks a little bit confused, and now McBain has the ball, and Ben Runenball has it, passes to Braylon Pace. Braylon Pace passes it to Evan Haverkamp. It is blocked. This is like the 15th time it's been blocked by, and Chase Bot got the block. Bot with the block. That's catchy. Yeah, intercepted. Do you have a problem with it? His first shot is good, and now Darius Pene Perez in for, I believe, Braylon Pace. Now, usually everyone hopes that Darius could dunk it, so Darius, if you watch this afterward, if you dunk it, then I'm going to be very happy. The rebounded by number 23, Gavin Deere. No, that Zach Middleton passes it to Connor Johnson, but a little bit confusion, it gets a fumble. And then Connor Johnson, guarded by Clayton Ingleray, gives it to number 0, Chase Bot. Chase Bot fumbles the ball, then passes it to Ben Runenball. Ben Runenball dribbles down the court and passes it to Calvin McGillis. And that is a great pass. Calvin McGillis was right underneath the hoop. He did a little bit of a shovel, like a hook shot. It hits the backboard, and then it just kind of trickles into the hoop. Great pass. Connor Johnson on point, guarded by Clayton Ingleray. And it hits Darius's arm, so then it's out of bounds on McBain. And number 12, Jameson Stewart, will pass it in. Jameson Stewart. Jameson Stewart will pass it in, guarded by Darius Pene Perez. Stewart passes it to Middleton. Middleton dribbles on the court, and he is met by a double team. Gives it to number 11, Ty Morgan. Then gives it to number 23, Gavin Deere. Number 1, Zach Middleton goes in, and then it gives it to number 32. 32, Gavin Deere, and then 32, Park Peasley's, my bad. Carson Murphy going in for Evan Haverkamp. Current roster right now: McBain, Ben Runenball, Clayton Ingleray, Calvin McGillis, Darius Pena, and then Carson Murphy. Gives the Runenball to Calvin McGillis. McGillis drives in and then does another one of his hook shots in a way and hits the corner of the rim, and then it just trickles in again. Number 11, Ty Morgan to dribble in. Passes it to Middleton. I had a voice crack right there. Middleton passes it to number 12, Zach Jameson Stewart. Stewart to Middleton. Middleton dribbles. Middleton appears to strike Stewart with the ball. Dribbles, and then Stewart passes it to Deere. Deere to Ty Morgan. Morgan dribbles in and attempts to get a shot, but then he gets surrounded by a bunch of ramblers. Number 1, Zach Middleton, and then number 32, Parker Peasley, tries to hook shot it in, but is unable to. Ben Runenball with this is happening at mine. Okay, Calvin McGillis with the ball, and Calvin McGillis throws it up and is no good. Calvin McGillis goes again, and then this time it used to the corner of the glass, and it is good for the McBain 2. And that's just a great shot. And okay, never mind. Zach Middleton dribbling on court. Zach Middleton guarded by Runenball. Zach Middleton passes it to Stewart. Stewart shoots. and it hits the corner, and then I think 23 Gavin Deere gets the rebound and gets 2 points, gets an and one, and now he will shoot 2 free throws to increase his lead. Current roster out for the Kingsley Stags is number 23 Gavin Deere, number 32 Parker Peasley, number 1 Zach Middleton, and then I think number 12 Jameson Stewart. I think I let them all off. Clayton Engelwright with the ball, passes to Cal McGillis. The cool sneak pass. Then Carson Murphy is dribbles in to try to get the point, and he is unable to. There's a foul. Number 1 Chase Zach Middleton pass it into number. Does a little bit of a dot to number 32. Number 2 throws an Parker Peasley throws an interception to, I think that was Calvin McGillis, but then there's a timeout being called, and we'll see you after the break. Right now the score is Kingsley Stags 16, McBain Ramblers 36. This is a very close game, and this not to be, but the Kingsley Stags could do something that I'm known for saying, the 1,000th percentile, make a comeback win. And then number 1 Zach Middleton, he drives up and he shoots, and Zach Middleton, good for 2, does a little bit of a jumper. Darius Pena tries to block it, but then Middleton says, heck no, and then he makes it. Running about to McGillis to Murphy, but then Murphy trips and falls in before he can get the shot off. But then number 1 Zach Middleton with the ball at point. So there's a screen by number 20 Gavin, passes to number 20 Chase Bott. Chase Bott hits the back of the backboard, and then is rebounded by Zach Middleton, and then Darius Pena somehow gets it. And then Ben Runabaugh dribbles down the court and is almost intercepted by number 11, Ty Morgan. Number 24, Skylar Worksman goes in for number 12, Jameson Stewart. Now, the grade differentials is pretty good. Chase Bott is in year 10 of his academic career. Well, never mind. I'll get back to that later. Ben Runabaugh attempts to pass it to Evan Haverkamp, but then there's a foul. But this Kingsley team is very young. We got a majority. There was only 2 seniors in this. Ben Runabaugh passes it to Calvin McGillis for 2 points. Yeah. Ty Morgan dribbles on the court. I think that's Ty Morgan. He does a little bit in between legs and and then number 20 gets the screen, and then that is out of bounds by McBain. And the Clayton Engelwright passes it into Darius Pena. Darius Pena to Calvin McGillis. McGillis gets knocked away by number 24 Skylar Worksman, but then number 20 Grant is able to get it, and then number 11 number 1 Zach Middleton again with the ball. Bott passes it to Grant, and then Chase Bott tries to do behind the back, but then Clayton Engelroy, he gets the ball, and then he does a little pump fake to Darius Pena, but then he decides just, you know what, I'm just going to jump up and score, and he did that. Number 11, T.Y. Morgan with the ball, gives it to Chase Bott. Chase Bott drives in, and then he is good for 2 points. Ramblers' lead is being, and Darius Pena is a deep pass in, and it just does a little ring around the rosary around the hoop, and it is good for 2. Number 24, Skylar Worksman tries to dribble in, but then there's a foul. Number 11, T.Y. Morgan to pass it in, gives it to Chase Bott. Chase Bott is unable to get it, and there will be a foul on the play.
Fouls on 12, play Engelroy.
And Chase Bott will shoot 2. His first one it's no good. It hits the front of the backboard, hits the back of the glass, and then it bounces off to the right-hand side of the hoop. The second one does the same thing, hits the back of the backboard, and rebounded by Evan Haverkamp, and then dribbled by Ben Ronabaugh. Ben Ronabaugh dribbles in, gives it to Calvin McGillis. Calvin McGillis to Ben Ronabaugh, and number 24 tries to rush in to grab it. Then Darius Pena, he dribbles around, passes it to intended pass to Calvin McGillis, but then it is stolen by number 20 Grant Kolupski. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. I do not mean to. It's a McBain ball. Ben Ronabaugh passes it into Evan Haverkamp. Back to Ronabaugh. Ronabaugh dribbles in, and then he drops the shoulder, and then he just does a great move right there. Just like football, he drops the shoulder, and then he is able to score 2 points. Great job by Ben Ronabaugh. Number 24, Skylar Workman at point right now. Is screened by the screen by number 20, Grant Kolupski is, I believe it's a foul. Clayton Engelroy to pass it in. I think number 20, Grant Kolupski gets, and that is, there's a deep pass from Ronabaugh to McGillis, but then it is knocked away by Chase Bott, a sophomore. It will be McBain's ball. McBain passes it, Ronabaugh passes it to Darius Pena, and then they call foul on 24 Workman. And we're right to pass it in for Ben Ronabaugh. Does a little shovel pass to Haverkamp, and Haverkamp is able to just go a little hip hop, and then he's able to score 2. And then now number 11, T.Y. Morgan, ball dribbles to his left, gives it to number 23, Gavin Deere. Gavin Deere does a long pass, but it's intercepted by number 34, Ben Ronabaugh. And now there's a little bit of a kerfuffle, and then Clayton Engelroy gets the ball. He stops. Passes it to Ben Ronabaugh. Ben Ronabaugh to Clayton Engelroy. Clayton Engelroy to Darius Pena. Darius Pena to Ben Ronabaugh. Ben Ronabaugh dribbles in, and then he does all the way around. He gives it to Clayton Engelroy, and that is good for 3. Splash City has been opened to the public. And now number 11, T.Y. Morgan to dribble, and that will be out of bounds, I believe. And I think number 4, Connor Johnson back in the game for number 1, Zach Middleton. Clayton Engelroy to Ben Ronabaugh. Ben Ronabaugh dribbling down the court. And Darius Pena has butterfingers, and it slips right through his hands. Out of bounds.
30 seconds.
And I think some team will call a timeout, and then that will be the break. So far, the game is very close, 20-49. Now, Kingsley just needs a couple of things to go their way so that they can make comeback potentially and win this game and possibly end McBain's 6-game win streak and start their win streak. That would be great. Now, both schools are known for athletics, like football. I believe both schools are very, very good at football. I know Kingsley has one thing McBain doesn't in a state championship in 2005 when McBain's only made 2 appearances in the state semifinals. And then, but I think McBain has one thing Kingsley doesn't, and that's a basketball state championship. And but now we are get back to talking about the past and talk about now. Let's talk about this game. Connor Johnson at point passes it to number 11 T.Y. Morgan, but then he passes it to number 0 Chase Bott. I think it's an attempt pass to but then I don't know, something happened, but then Evan Haverkamp blocks it, but then as Evan Haverkamp was on the floor, one of the Kingsley team members helped pick him up, and that's just a sign of good sportsmanship. Chase Bott's first one is good. Good sportsmanship is always the thing I want in a game because it's just respectable. When you have good sportsmanship, Elijah Baker goes in for number 12 Clayton Engelwright, and now I think his second one is good. Haverkamp to Rodenball defended by to Darius Pena. Darius Pena guarded by Connor Johnson. The height difference is incredible. Judah Leonard passes it to Rodenball to Haverkamp. Haverkamp attempts to dribble in, and then he passes it to Elijah Baker. Rodenball dribbles in, and then he does a move, and then he does it to passes it to Darius Pena, and gives it to Rodenball. The ball is knocked away by number 24, Skylar Workman. Skylar Workman just doing aggressive defense and having a great game so far. Oh, Skylar Workman just sticks it right in front of Ben Rodenball's face, and he dribbles in, and then he shoots, and it is no good. It hits the corner of the square, and then it hits the front of the rim. Ben Rodenball dribbles in, and then he jumps, and it is blocked by number 23, Gavin Deere. Dude jumped up like 15 feet and blocked the ball. But just, again, number 24, Skylar Workman, just like literally just did like a whoop in front of Ben Rodenball's face and just like took the ball. Ben Rodenball gets to shoot too, but it's like, and then the Ben Rodenball hits the back of the backboard, or the back of like the rim, something like that. But just like that one steal was pretty impressive and pretty wacky. Rodenball shoots the second, and it is good. Connor Johnson with the ball. I think Nathan Cucci is going to be subbed in soon. Guarded by Darius Pene Perez. Gives it to Chase Bott. Chase Bott, I think, intends to give it to Gavin Deere, but then it is no good. And now, this game, I know in football, when Kingsley played McBain, it was a blowout game. Kingsley beat some sense into McBain, if I can say that. And then now it's in basketball, no, Kingsley could still make a comeback starting now. Never mind. Number 24 gets this rebound, but then there's a little bit of a fumble. Number 24 shoots the ball, and it is over a little bit, but still, they can still make a comeback. Connor Johnson does a smart move and just like, he got cornered in the spot. So then what he did is he just saw that there was a guy's leg right there that's on McBain. He's like, you know what? How about I just chuck the ball at the leg and then goes out of bounds? So then Connor Johnson will pass the ball into number 23, Gavin Deere. Gavin Deere does an impressive move to score 2 points. Aiden Cucci up at points. Ben Rodenball was taken on the game for Aiden Cucci. Darius Perez passed it to Evan Haverkamp. There is a foul, though, on the play. As I was saying, in football, they absolutely, crushed them, and Kingsley did. So now, I guess it's the other way around. But then Haverkamp's first free throw is no good. Rebounded by number 32, Parker Peasley. Connor Johnson at point guarded by Nathan Cucci, does some moves, and then I think that is a legal screening by number 24, Skylar Workman. But I'm not entirely for sure. I think pass it in, Juna Leonard. No, Juna Leonard gets subbed out for number 40. That's number 40, Brent Bentham. Cucci to Darius to Brent Bentham. There's 2 number 40s in this game, just so you know. Well, I don't know. Darius Perez shoots it, and it hits the back left side of the rim. Connor Johnson at point. There's 1 minute left in the game, and I still believe Kingsley can make a comeback, and Darius Perez steals it, and then Elijah Baker able to score off of that point using his speed and small stature, just to like go zoom, 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 like a Charger or a Chevy Charger, just like scores a point. And then Connor Johnson stole by 11. Elijah Baker gets in the 5th gear, and then he does a kind of like a matrix move where he goes like back to try to dodge the bullets, but then this time he had a basketball, and then he tried shooting it, and he missed it. But then there's a couple people in. I think number 11, Caden Abrahamson in, number 20, Aiden Cucci in, and then number 30, Avery DeRitter in. Number 11, T.Y. Morgan to take points. Pass to number 10, Carson Root, and I think Carson Root does not get it, but then Elijah Baker at point. Oh my God, did we about to see it? And then to pass it to Aiden Cucci. 56 seconds left, gives it back to Elijah Baker. Elijah Baker passes it to Caden Abraham Nation, and then he throws it up with a little curveball, and then there's a little bit of confusion, but then number 11, T.Y. Morgan gets it. He dribbles on the court. Elijah Baker tries to steal it, and it is recovered by, there's a little bit of, okay. So, breakdown. Number 11, Grant down the court, got the ball. Elijah Baker knocked it away. Number 40, Brett Bentham grabbed the ball. And then number 10, Carson Root at the same time grabbed the ball. So it was a little scrabble. Elijah Baker passes it to Aiden Cucci. Boots, Ben, Runaball, Ben. All right. Number Avery DeRitter attempts to do a hook shot, but it is no good. Number 11, T.Y. Morgan at points. Dribbles the ball, guarded by, and then gives number 32, Parker Peasley. He does a little bit of a shove, but then he is blocked by number 30, Avery DeRitter. Elijah Baker uses his speed, turns it to 4th gear, slows it down, but then, and that will be game. Now, this was now, the 1000% now didn't happen, but trust me, one day that is going to happen. Your final score, Kingsley 24, McBain 52. I am Grayson Guernsey, and hopefully it's probably just not me next time, but we'll see you in the near future.